We think that we need to put the power in other people's hands, the doctors, the healthcare providers, the healers, the tarot readers, the psychics, the list goes on and on and on. But if you take a minute to just listen to your body and even just listen to the words that have been coming out of your mouth, I bet you know a hell of a lot more than you think as far as how to serve your body and how to improve your health. Welcome to Move with Soul. I'm Jeannie, and this is the podcast where we talk about somatic embodiment and how you can use your body as your guide to navigate life, all inspired by the weekly astrological transits. You don't need to have any astrology knowledge to listen to this. I simply use the stuff that's going on in the collective to inspire these topics and these conversations. But if you're curious to learn more, let me know below and we'll chat about it. It's been over 2 months now that we've been doing it this way. So if you're enjoying it, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you and any topics that you want to discuss on the podcast next. Okay, so back to your body, back to your health. What's that thing, or maybe a couple of things that you've been saying, possibly, potentially for months now? I really need to strength train again. I really need to go back into the sauna. I know that having this oat milk in my coffee is making me feel so bloated. I know I need to find an alternative. What's the thing that you've been complaining about or saying? There might even be a few. I can for sure say I've been saying that I need to go back to strength training for, I don't know, probably about 8 or 9 months now, among other things. We all do it, right? We all do it. And last week we spoke about this big identity shift. It was kind of an intense episode. So go back and listen if you haven't already. But how it's showing up for so many of us right now, it's like we've been this one person, this one identity, this one way. And we see this path ahead, the things we want, the life we want, the full embodiment of who you really are and what you want, what you're stepping into. And we're kind of in this floaty, transitional, like I'm making choices from this past version of me, but I'm also seeing how this is so clearly where I'm going, this in-between time. So it is more important than ever for you to take care of your body, take care of your health, so you're not sucked back into any old weird stories and patterns that are just done. They're not serving you anymore. And so you can step into the true embodiment of who you are and where you're going next and where you're needed, what the impact you are here to make, where are you being called forth, whether it's Ashtanga yoga or a different form of healing or this new business idea that's coming up, or you're ready to do whatever it is, like move to this new place. Like there's so much new energy is just right on the horizon, and we can't really do much about it when we're in these in-between times. But what you can do is you can prepare your body, your bodies, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, right? Your energy body, and prepare yourself, get yourself ready so you can hold it. And like I said in the beginning of the episode, we can slip into this helplessness. Who else goes down this rabbit hole every time they have a little ache and pain or a symptom, like WebMD, I'm dying type of a thing, or you had a little ache in your shoulder and all of a sudden, everything there is to know about the path of rotator cuff care all the way to surgery. Yeah, I absolutely do that. And it's like we are not built in our society, we're not taught to trust our bodies. Because remembering that our bodies are completely self-healing, incredible, perfectly designed machines, that's not profitable. No, but it is profitable to go pay the specialist, to go do these things, to go look elsewhere, to go look outside of us for what our body has been maybe asking from us for a long time. And we're so busy thinking, doing, to-do listing, productivity, and coping, whatever it is, to even notice the signals that your body are giving you. And I am so absolutely guilty of this. Oh my God. And I am by no means saying that, don't go to a specialist when you need something. Like, of course you need to do that. These systems are there to support you. These professionals and people who have devoted their lives to this are there to support you. But all I'm saying is, how can you pay attention to what your body is asking you before it turns into this big giant thing? What have you been saying you needed to do for the last 8 months? What's standing in your way? Why haven't you yet? Are you saying you need to do this thing because it worked for your neighbor down the road? Or are you looking within and saying like, yeah, that's what my body's asking me to do? Do you even know how to do that? If you don't, I have a few free practices down below that'll start to help you build that connection with your body so you can listen to what it's telling you. I actually have a new program coming out soon, Reignite, and one of the practices in there is conversations with your body. Something that I often do, and I often hold space for clients to do this as well, is have that conversation like, oh, I have this density or this tension or this burning heat in my shoulder. Let's go deeper. Why is it there? What is it asking you? And this is something that you can do on your own. It's really empowering. So yes, you have an issue, please go and see your providers. But how can you start to notice these little subtle clues and messages that your body is constantly sending you so you can empower yourself and believe and trust in your body's ability to heal itself, ability to, work through the things that it needs to work through? How can you step up and also empower yourself enough to take action on what it's asking from you to do? Maybe it's asking you to put your phone away at 7 p.m. and be with your partner. Maybe it's asking you to go and get some sunlight in the morning. Maybe it's asking you to drink 1 sparkling water a day instead of 8 sparkling waters a day, or like whatever it is, you already know. And that's my point. That is my main point, is you already know. You don't need some research article. You don't need some magazine to tell you. You don't need me to tell you. You already know. Yes, it's helpful to have a health coach or a somatic coach asking you these questions, providing the space, but literally my entire job role is to sit there while you figure out your own answers, and I just help guide you to them and pull them out of you so you can see it clearly, because it is hard to see when we're this close to it. But something you can do in your own life is just, like I said before, start to pay attention to those things that you've been saying. What have you been saying that you need to do for a long time? Because we all know what happens when we ignore these signals. That's when the burnout comes in. That's when the tower moments come in. That's when the extremes come in, right? And you're resilient. You can handle it. Of course you can. But we have this a new beginning right around the horizon with all this Aries energy coming up. And I forgot to even say, this is based on the Virgo eclipse. The South Node, what we're letting go of, is in Virgo. Virgo is the body. Virgo is your routines. Virgo is your health, your wellness, the mind-body connection. So how can you strengthen that? By letting go of any of the gunk or the habits or the belief systems or the routines or the biohacking stuff that you're doing that's just not adding to your life anymore. How can you get rid of it? How can you let go? So I'm going to give you some homework or some soul work, okay? Bring to mind the thing that you've been saying you're going to do for your health for the last 8 or 9 months. One thing, just one. Okay, you have what it is. Close your eyes, or if you're not somewhere where you can do that, just, take a second, tune in. And notice what part of your body is like, yes, that thing. Give it to me. I've been waiting for this. I'm so happy that you're thinking about it again. I've been signaling to you that this is something important. Pay attention. Just notice. Is it your stomach that lights up? Your shoulders, maybe they slide down your back. Maybe all of a sudden you feel that the tension in your forehead releases. Or maybe you feel like this giant gust of energy pushing you forward, like, yes. Whatever it is to you, it's going to be specific to you. This is the language of your body, and it's starting to speak to you through this. How freaking cool. Do you see how empowering it is to look within before immediately casting the net away on WebMD or YouTube University or whatever? Okay, so now you know what part of your body is like, yes, thank you. What's one way that you can get started on that? What's one way that feels accessible, that you can do the thing and give yourself your body that thing, or perhaps take away that thing, swap out that thing, substitute that thing? It's so important to take these grounded action steps. You're having this conversation with your physical body. You have this intuition, this intuitive message. How can you ground it into action that actually works for you? So you can bring it into this life. Take care of your physical vessel. Let me know your one action step down below so we can hold each other accountable. I'll share mine just for fun. There's this, have you ever seen Move You? They have an amazing Instagram account, and I've been following their programs, or I've been following them, their account, for a long time, and I just purchased their program at the beginning of this year. And I'm excited to keep doing the back and core program because I've noticed in my practice, I'm getting all these, my shoulder is like, hey, I need some freaking attention. My shoulder is so pissed off. It is angry. It is inflamed. And after filming my practice and asking my body, what do I need? It's because I'm not engaging my core enough that I'm dumping into my shoulders too much. Because in yoga, you jump back to a chaturanga, a low push-up. If you're not engaging your core, where does it all go? Here. Another reason with the shoulder stuff is looking at the computer, writing here, holding stress, holding tension. So engaging your core so you can sit up tall. If you even just start to feel that, feel your belly pull in and engage your core muscles wrapping around the snap sensation, your deep core muscles. All of a sudden, I'm doing that. I don't feel my shoulder like this anymore, pulled up towards my ear. It starts to slide down. See, this is why we need to talk about these things, because I wasn't even doing that as I'm filming this entire episode. So what's one thing that you can pick to focus on to give your body what you need so you're ready, you're preparing your field, you're tending to your own soil so you can hold this new beginning that is right around the corner that we talked about last week. And the final thought that I want to leave you with, if you also go down those rabbit holes of Googling symptoms and things and worrying before you even have a concrete answer, is that you are so resilient. Your body is so resilient, and you can handle anything that comes your way health-wise. You have the tools. We have modern medicine, modern society. You have healing support. You're listening to a podcast like this, so you even care about your mind-body connection and what your body is asking of you. How cool. And I just want to remind you of how incredible it is to be in your body. And all these systems that are working for you non-stop within you to support you and to help you live your healthiest, most vital, amazing, incredible life and make the impact that you came here to make. So thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to hear your one-step action that you're going to take towards your health and vitality and well-being. And let me know also what hit for you. I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next week.